Beatdown.
What's
Hey,
up,
what's going
guys?
on, folks? I'm your host, Ty. This is my co-host.
Mr. J.
Yeah, and we're back at it again. So I'm gonna actually give credit to my boy here, Mr. J, for the picks because this battle was actually his idea, which happens to be
Yes, it was.
it was Storm versus Poison Ivy. Now, who did my boy pick?
I picked Storm.
Yes, and I got to pick Poison Ivy, and he also won the coin toss as well.
That I
Again.
did.
Damn it. Anyway, so this time he gets to pick
Twice
the
now.
choice. Yeah, good, still good.
This
What do you want?
time I picked our third option, obviously, which we have never used. As you know, we have three choices: one, powers; two, without. Both happen apparently inside of a steel cage inside of a locked room. I picked our third option, which was powers in anywhere in the world, space, Amazon, doesn't matter. Completely open fight.
All right, so it's gonna be an all-out brawl.
Yeah, it is. You're gonna
All
lose,
right.
by the way.
My boy's got a joke. So the beauty
I
of the
tried.
person winning the coin toss is that they get the ability to prep for this opportunity. Unfortunately, for the one who loses the coin toss, they have to figure out off the spot what exactly would be the best way to beat this character. So, unfortunately, I got the luxurious choice to be picked to decide or how I'm going to present my character in this all-out brawl against Storm. So, let me just start off with Poison Ivy's abilities, okay? Poison Ivy has a lot of powers, okay? And on top of that, she's a very powerful metahuman, I want to say. How powerful would you say? So powerful that she had the ability to mind control Superman, the Man of Steel. That's a very, very tough man to control. And
I
yet
did
she
not know that.
Yeah, so this girl is a very tough cookie. She's nobody you can just easily take down with the ability. On top of that, she has the ability to control plants. And we're talking about vines in every aspect, going from any length and so forth. So she has a lot of that as long as groundwork is concerned. Don't get me wrong, Storm has the skies, but Poison Ivy has the ground. So, now here's the thing about dude. There. Anyways,
I'll let you go.
Poison Ivy has the ground and that ability because she's in touch with nature more. She's actually in touch with the living things. Matter of fact, there's a fact about this. She's so in touch. She's almost has the ability to feel the veins inside of human beings. Okay, so that's an impressive power to have at this point. On top of that, she has the ability to control her blood and the poison that's leveled up inside of it. So if she wants to go further with blood, with poison in it, she can do that. She can lower it. She can do a lot of stuff. That comes in handy in an all-out brawl. Because let's say you want to defeat your enemy. Now, don't get me wrong. Poison Ivy is not going to be able to beat Storm if Storm starts using her elements. Because Poison Ivy does have weaknesses without her plans. So, she would have to move very quickly. So, it would be a moment where Storm doesn't know Poison Ivy. This is how I would play it out. So, this would be the time where Poison Ivy has to play the element of surprise. So Storm, not really the type of person to get intimidated by anyone, really. She would be cautious, but she wouldn't know what to see coming. Now, now, Storm has been caught off guard before. So Poison Ivy would probably most likely catch her off guard, get the vines whipped and grabbed onto her as quickly as possible before she could get the ability to use her Storm powers. Now, from that time, she'd have to move a lot more quickly and try to shoot some of that pheromones into her so that way she can seduce her into controlling her to telling her not to use her powers. Now there's that ability from that point. Now, if she can get close enough to her where she's not able and she's still struggling to try to get off the vines before she realizes Poison Ivy's coming her direction, Poison Ivy blows a little bam, gets her on the mind control, tells her stand down, and from that point Poison Ivy just jams a plant right into her chest, game over.
That is a very entertaining theory that you have there. Except one little thing. I have it somewhere in my notes. Storm actually has mental defense. She has really good telekinesis and I forgot what the other word is, but mind control. She has very good defense on it. I think it's going to be a little harder for Ivy to just manipulate her with her mind, especially being at Storm is actually part God.
Yeah, I heard about that. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. She also has this little ability that basically the more she's loved and worshipped as a god, the more powerful she becomes. And Storm can also control more than just the sky. She can control weather, weather molecules on any planet at any time. And she can do this all with her mind.
Okay. Okay.
So, there's a lot of different things that Storm can do. I mean, I don't have the time to fully break down all her abilities and all the little things that she can do. I will try to cover it as quickly as I can. I will say this: Storm can breathe underwater. She's so capable of changing the molecules of air and oxygen around her. She can go underwater, manipulate those molecules, create oxygen to where she can infinitely breathe underwater.
Right.
I don't know if Ivy can do that. I think, honestly, one simple way, she could just grab Ivy, drag her down underwater, and just drown her. Would it be that easy? Probably not. But that was one way she could do it. I personally think Storm would just try to maybe throw a lightning bolt at her. I mean, that seems to be Storm's go-to. But Storm's actually a pretty skilled fighter. She's also a master thief. She can read energy. She can actually read your energy because she can see it, and all with like a blink of her eye.
Okay.
She can also use her powers in space. So, like, in this all-out brawl, basically the point I'm trying to make is it's going to be really difficult for Ivy to take her out of her element to where she's not comfortable and throw her off guard. Well, can she catch Storm by surprise? Yes, it's totally possible. Storm's actually really claustrophobic, especially if you go back.
That's what I was gonna say.
Read the
in her childhood memory, she has this like weird claustrophobia.
It's a really traumatic thing in her background where she's really claustrophobic. So yeah, if Ivy wraps her up in a vine and keeps her there, she's gonna freak out.
I was just gonna say that.
But I think in that sense, in that moment of her freaking out, the things that she's capable of doing could really mess Ivy up. She could just throw like a category 4 or 5 hurricane at her and like, bye Ivy, I saw you, but you're gone now. That's one of the things she can do. Storm can also create tornadoes. There's so many different ways I believe personally that she could take Ivy.
Okay, so here's the thing about that though. Losing control of your powers doesn't mean she gonna win. That just means that she ain't got. You know how the kid that loses his temper and he loses his temper so badly, but the kid that's more calm, cool, and collective is going to be able to kind of find his way around that person, because you might be able to get mad and aggressively rage mad, but you have to be able to focus that energy. Now, if Storm gets claustrophobic and gets caught up in one of those plants and she happens to lose herself, she's not going to be able to control it. In the comics, she shows time after time she can't control her powers. So if she gets in that situation, there is no Professor Xavier to calm her down. There is no other X-Men to go and save her at this moment. It's just going to be her losing herself in the ability. Now, Poison Ivy, all she has to do at that moment is duck for cover. Now, she has a lot.
Yeah, that's if she's able to do that. You have to remember.
Poison Ivy has a lot of plans, dude. She could just literally have one right next to her just for safekeeping, just to have her protect a shield for a moment and notice, just like that.
Yeah, but you see, she's still going to be in the vicinity, in Storm's vicinity, in her area. Storm is capable of causing the weather to change on a global scale. She does not need to be near you to change the weather around you. She doesn't even need to be in the same room. I don't even think she needs to be in the same country.
Yeah, I know. That's, remember, like, she can sense literally when the jet from the X-Men was coming down just from like miles and thousands of miles away.
I think she can. She's also really good with plant life. She's capable of controlling the entire plant life on the planet.
Yeah, I could see that being an issue, but then there is Poison Ivy's poison. Now, all she has to do. Now, I'm not saying that Poison Ivy's gonna get a kiss on Storm. There's no way that's gonna happen. But could she get a blood sample of her poison into a syringe needle and then have one of her vines injected into Storm? Yes, that is a possibility. So even if, let's say, Poison Ivy was distracting Storm in a moment and they were fighting, and Ivy was getting her butt kicked, and one moment for the last little hurrah, the last fu Storm, she would have that vine show up, bam, inject that poison into her bloodstream when Storm wasn't seeing it coming, and that's it, dead,
Yeah,
finito.
but that's assuming that Storm can't control Ivy's plants. What if
Yeah,
she
well,
can?
Well, that's the thing. Like that's why she has to move quickly. That's the only way I see Poison Ivy winning this fight. If it was a prolonged fight, no, I gotta give it to Storm. Storm can literally go up in the sky. She can take her time. She can literally throw lightning bolts at her just for fun. She can literally play her like an ant with a magnifying glass. There's no question about it at that point. That's why the only way I believe Poison Ivy would be able to beat Storm is in a quick encounter. Like it has to be like a rushed encounter. It has to be a moment where she doesn't know who she is and she's not thinking about. She knows she can feel her presence, but she doesn't know who she really is yet. And that's when bam, vines show up and she's like, "What the?" And that's when all that shows up. But you do have a point. I will make that point. I will agree. Storm controls the weather, and weather does involve plants. So, in a hypothetical sense, Storm could kill those plants at any given time, weaken them. No sunlight, all that stuff. Same thing, Poison Ivy. Poison Ivy's weakness is like plants. It's not the same. It's the same as plants. So, if she
Bro,
were to
she can
not be anywhere
teleport.
near, yeah, if she were not to be able to like use the sunlight, she would be weakened. So, I will agree with that. So we've already made our argument, we made our claims on this, guys. Which one do you guys think would win? I would say that I think she could win in a really quick encounter. He says she can win in any of the elements, whether it's ocean or out of the sky, out of the atmosphere, out of the universe itself. So either way, it seems like we actually have two great comparisons, two great arguments to make. What do you guys think? If you guys did like this, please, share, comment,
Like,
subscribe. Share your opinions. We would love to hear. And if you guys have anyone, you
give
have
us an idea on who you want to see us cover if you do enjoy the channel. I run out of
exact,
ideas.
yeah, we really appreciate it. It would help us step up our game on this channel. That's for sure. Really appreciate it, guys. As always, catch you guys later. Peace.